How loving water became crooked ears. Away up in the jungles of Burma, where Mr. Stripes the tiger lives among the bamboos, and where Mr. Hiss the snake crawls among the grass, and where Mr. Chatter the monkey climbs among the treetops all day. There was born a little boy with little pink fingers and little pink toes, and the dearest little turned-up nose. His mother thought he was the sweetest little baby that ever lived. She loved him and she cuddled him all day long. When he was about 6 months old, he began to cut his teeth. Oh, how he dribbled, and oh, how he drooled. He got his little feet all wet, and all his little feet all wet, and his little tummy all wet. But still his mother loved him and cuddled him. He was so sweet and he was so wet that his mother called him Loving Water. Loving because he was so sweet, and water because he was so wet. Isn't that a lovely name for a fine little jungle baby boy? Loving Water grew and grew until he was 10 years old, and he thought he was quite a man. Then one day, when the children were playing together in their little bamboo house, his father came running home all excited and said, "Oh, children, whatever you do, don't go near the little hill where the little trees and the little bamboos are growing, for I saw a big elephant over there as I was coming home, and he doesn't like children, and if anyone goes near, he might hurt him." All the children said, "Oh, no, we won't go, we won't go." That is all but Loving Water, and Loving Water said to himself, I'm not frightened of elephants. I'm 10 years old. He couldn't hurt me. I'd climb up a tree. And I'm sorry to tell you that while all other children were playing, Loving Water sneaked down the bamboo ladder, got behind the chicken house, peeked around the corner to see if anyone was following him. Then off he ran past the mango trees and past the banana trees and past the coconut trees and across the rice fields to the little hill where the little trees and the little bamboos were growing. There he could hear the swish swoosh of the elephant's big feet as he walked around. But he said to himself, I won't stand on the ground to watch him. I'll climb up a tree. I will. So he climbed up a little tree that was nearby, and there he could see the old elephant eating grass. With his great big trunk, he was pulling up the grass and knocking the dirt off by hitting it against his foot. Then he poked the grass into his mouth. His queer little tail was wagging this way and that way. Oh, it was all so funny. And Loving Water felt so safe that soon he began to shout, "Hey, Mr. Elephant, what are you eating all the grass for?" And the old elephant heard him, and he turned around and lifted up his great big trunk and said, "Gruff." Loving Water was delighted. "Oh, he's talking to me," he said to himself. "Why, he likes it, and Father said he'd hurt me. Huh, I'm going to talk to him some more." Then Loving Water broke off a little branch from the tree and shouted, "Hey, Mr. Elephant, here's something else for you to eat." And he threw that little branch down at the elephant. It hit him right on the nose, and old Mr. Elephant got mad. He turned around and lifted up his great big trunk and said, "Gruff, gruff, gruff." Then he walked right up to the small tree where Loving Water was sitting. He put his head to the bottom of it, and he pushed and grunted until the tree fell right over Loving Water and all. Then the elephant poked his tusk into the heap of leaves where he could see the little boy's arms and legs. He gave one more big grunt and walked away. Poor little Loving Water was stunned with the fall and could just remember a sharp pain like a knife cutting him as he fainted away. By and by, Loving Water began to wake up, and the first thing he thought was, I've been killed and now I must be dead. He felt so funny all over. His arms and legs were numb and tingly and he couldn't move. He began to cry and said, Oh, Boho, I've been killed and now I'm dead. Oh, I wish I had obeyed my father. Oh, I wish I hadn't come to tease the old elephant. Now I'm dead. Is this the way dead people feel? I wonder if dead people can wiggle their fingers. He tried and he could. Oh, and he said, I didn't know dead people could wiggle their fingers. I wonder if dead people can sit up. He tried and he could. Oh, he said, I'm not dead at all. Dead people can sit up. I know, I just fainted. Then he saw the big cut in his stomach where the elephant's tusk had caught him. Loving Water got so frightened that he forgot all about the elephant, and he got up and ran as fast as he could back home to his mother. Soon he was climbing up the bamboo ladder onto his bamboo house, and he cried, Oh, mother, quick, look, mother, please do something quick, mother. His mother looked, and when she saw the big cut on Loving Water's stomach, she got frightened too. She made Loving Water lie down on a mat beside the fireplace. She sent one of the children to call his father. She lit the fire and put some water on to get hot. In a minute, father came hurrying up that ladder. Where's Loving Water, mother? Where's Loving Water? He asked. Over there, father, on the mat, the mother answered. But when the father saw that big cut on his little boy's stomach, he just wagged his wise old head and said slowly, Mother, I know what makes cuts in little boy's stomach like that. I know. Loving Water has been disobedient. I told him not to go to the little hill where the little trees and the little bamboos are growing. I told him not to go and tease the elephant, but he disobeyed me, and now he has this big cut on his stomach. Mother, added Daddy, we're not going to call our boy Loving Water anymore. We're going to call him Crook Ears. For you see, over in the jungle land of Burma, Crook Ears means disobedient. So that is how Loving Water came to be known as Crook Ears ever after.